Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to Novel Idea. My name is Dia and today I would like to do just a little week in review. I only have 3 books that I finished this week, so I'll tell you about those, and then I have a little announcement that I want to make. Let's get into it. All right, so the first book that I finished this week was the Endling book 2. That is, so the first Endling book in the series is called The Last. This one is called The First. And it's just continuing the story of our main character, Bix, and her group of very close-knit friends. It's almost like Fellowship of the Ring in that sense. And they are on a quest to find more of Bix's own kind. So there are several different races in this story, and her race is supposed to be extinct. So they're on a mission to find more of her kind, and I still am loving this series. I think it is wonderful as a young middle grade first experience of fantasy. I just really am enjoying it. It's by Katherine Applegate. Sorry if I didn't say that. The second one that I finished this week was Babel by R F Kuang. Some people say Babel. I grew up saying Babel because Tower of Babel in the Bible, I was raised in the church, so I'm going to say Babel. I really liked this book. I thought that it felt kind of almost like 2 separate books. So within the book itself, it's divided into book 1, book 2, book 3, and book 4. And book 1 and book 2 are very kind of quick, very fast-paced. We were following our main character, Robin. When the book opens, he's dying, and somebody comes to save him and whisks him away from his native country to England, and basically prepares him to go to Oxford and become a linguist. And that is because the country that he is taken from, his native tongue, is very difficult for people to learn. They want him to be able to speak both of these languages and translate these languages, because translation in language in Babel has to do with the magic system. And there's not a whole lot of magic in the book. It's not this high fantasy that feels like it's really fantastical. It shifts in the second half of the book because we are delving more into history and politics and just kind of this fight that we often have as human beings as to the rights of all, and for the good of all and not just for the good of some. It wasn't that it was unpleasant, it was just that it felt a little disjointed, because it did feel very different tonally, and I really enjoyed it still though. I will say I was there for it. I read it very quickly. I had no desire to DNF it at any point, and I got to skip the line on my library holds. And then lastly, I just finished up this morning a book called Real Boy, The Real Boy, and this is by Ursu, and I loved this one. This is the first new to me middle grade book that I have read for middle grade March that has felt like a new favorite. I want to go back and reread it. I just really enjoyed it. So it is about a very naive, very kind, very truthful orphan boy who is the hand of a magician in his island village, island kingdom, and apprentice of a healer in the village befriends him, and they in turn help one another because our main character's gift is with plants, and he is very socially awkward. And our other main character is very gifted with people, but doesn't really know plants well and doesn't memorize things well. And it's important for her as a healer to understand the interactions and the connections and all of that with plants. So they begin to help one another to really become their best selves, and in the process help a lot of other people too. And it was just fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. Okay, so currently, right now, I am in the middle of Do or Die. This is the second book in the Library Lovers series, and I'm reading this with Michelle from Books Cause Insomnia. We read book 1 together earlier in the month, and we could not wait to start book 2. So once we both had it in hand, we were like, we need to get on this. So we're in the middle of that one. And then I am also in the middle of City of Brass, which is book 1 in the Babel trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty. And I am buddy reading this with Jack from Spread Book Joy. And this was the perfect choice for us. We are just really enjoying this story so far. We are following a girl who also is an orphan. Boy, lots of orphan stories for me this month. Orphan, or at least she believes she is, and has been growing up on the streets of Cairo, and she has an ability to understand people's what needs to be healed, and oftentimes can just touch someone and give them like a sense of well-being. And so she accidentally calls up a jinn, and in the process also calls up some enemies. And so they are on the run from those enemies, she and the jinn, to get to the secret city of the jinn. Jack and I are really enjoying it. Then I am also reading the Secret Horses of Briar Hill. That's by Megan Shepherd. I have not gotten very far in it yet. I just started it as soon as I finished The Real Boy. And so I've only been reading it since this morning. And from what I understand so far, it is about some horses that live in the mirrors and the windows of this place called Briar Hill. And we are with a girl who has come to live in this house. I'm not sure if it's an orphanage or just exactly what it is. Like I said, I haven't gotten very far. And then next up, I will be reading Remainders of the Day, and that is by Bythell. And I also am going to pick up The Beatrice Prophecy by Kate DiCamillo. I have read it already, but my daughter sent it to me, and now I just have this desire to read it again and be in that world with her. And that is all of the books that I have for you this week. But I did want to tell you guys that I am about to hit my 1-year anniversary on BookTube. And so that's coming up in April. And I think that I would like to do something special for you guys. So I'm going to put up a little poll on my community tab, and I would love for you to go over there and answer the question that I'm going to put up there so that you can let me know how I can bless you guys for this year of you being with me and blessing me. So that is everything that I have for you this week, you guys. I am so excited to be almost at a 1-year anniversary on here. It has been so cool. So we'll talk about that again soon, and I will see you in another video very soon with more books to talk about. Please talk to me down in the comments below and let me know if you have read any of the 3 that I just finished and what you thought about them. I would love to know that. And also, if you have read anything that I am currently reading and what you thought about those. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to. Bye.